Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really good keypad in town. So this is a tutorial that I haven't seen anywhere else for this type of keypad. Um Basically it allows anything for it. Like you can make it in order and also have like multiple keys, so like you can make it like 1 2 2 5 and it'll work. Instead of it just like yeah. Needing to be all keys must be pressed once, no more. Yeah, this one works, and it's in order to, so you can't just like do that. All right, let me clear this. All right, so in order to get started on this, you first of all want to, make a simple button system like the keypad itself. Actually. And then once you have the buttons, you want to make a copy of each of them and copy those a few times like this. So you have a set of buttons that you can set to incorrect. So depending on how long you want the code to be, you will want to make more of these. But like, I'm just gonna make like a simple 3 code. So for 3 code, you want one set here that'll be the force gate. 3 sets that'll be your transmitters and receivers, and then another set that'll be, well, I mean, obviously you need a start position and end position for these so it works. And then let's just make simple like this. Alright. And then you want to delete the row that corresponds to like the first key. So like if the first key is going to be 1, you delete 1, whatever it is. So then you want to make a set for the correct ones, which is also really easy. You just make something like this, and always true the transmitter. Actually, yeah, and then the origin and position. Yeah. So you then will. I mean, you're gonna need to make them all wires. So okay. This because we want a second set, so like this. So think of it like this. When you press this, it'll pull this over here and this here. And then once you press this, it'll pull that there, this here, and then when you press that, it'll pull that into there. So these are all false again. So let me make those real quick. Alright, so now I have my 3 correct button things set up. So then you need 3 more false ones. So like this and like this So set these to 1. Make these I'll put 1 for ease of use. Then, so, alright, so next up, you're going to want to make all of these, as well as, what? All of these, as well as these parts here. There you go. Transmitters. Oh, you're also going to want a confirm button for this, so let's just put that, like, here, sounds a good spot. Let's actually move this up a bit. Alright. So, and then you want to start coloring these. So, what I recommend doing for this is coloring them like this, where you select this row here, and then select this one here. And then do like this for the color, where you just use this to blend like 1, 1, 1. Go into the move tool or something so it doesn't color these next ones automatically. Do the same for this, except for this one, you do 2, 2, 2. And then just repeat this for however many you got. 3, 3, 3. And there we go. So now you need the force gate set up, which is not too terribly hard. So you select all of these, make them 5. Deselect these though, and then set only these ones to 5 with the second repeat also at 5. And then make the second repeat on these ones 6, which is, so 5 is always negative, 6 is always positive. So now like this, and then like this, so that way these are all grouped up together. Yeah. So first correct button, second correct button, third correct button. And then now to do all the incorrect buttons, which is going to be the long part, not really hard, just tedious. So cut to when I have all of these all grouped up. Alright. Now the second set of them, which I probably don't have to cut for this one because of how little there are. That, that, like that. Alright, and now you need to make sure that you remember how much you move these over by. So, like, if you move them over by 0.6, just remember that. Because next up, you're going to make the procedural keypad, like, procedural. So, okay. So now then, once you have everything all wired up, or at least for the main buttons themselves, you then want to make a procedural, which I already said, but, so you just simply make a few parts like this. 1, 2.001 to be safe. And then set this to 4, so that when it receives the first button, it'll move these two parts up. So you want to move up this part and this part when this is triggered. So when this is pressed, it'll bring this up and then this up. Oh yeah, also, we want to slightly resize these by zero point 0.1 for this first row. Well, not 0.1, 0.01. And then the second row by 0.02. So that way, these will overwrite these just slightly enough, so that it basically presses those instead of the previous layer. Alright, so we have first setup, in which we probably won't need to do anything with this one, because this one will just get overridden by that, in which this one's staying either way. So then we want to set up another one. There we go. But set this one to 222, and then hook it up to well, these two are hooked up, so hook it up to this and this. So actually, no, that won't work. We need two sets of this. One set like this, and then another set just the same way like this. Set it up so that when this key's pressed, brings this one in here, this one here. When this one's pressed, it brings this one with this one way here, and then this one down one. So wire this one. And then we want another one of these, so put that there. And then make this one detect 3. Wire connections. Actually, wait a minute. Interesting. So, once you get these values all good, you can just, like, for the start positions, you can just move them up by 1. So that way, they don't move any when you press on them, like this. And then, 2. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and there you go. That's the keypad working. But now, you need a door or something for it, so that works. So next up, I almost forgot, we gotta wire this. So this is probably the easiest part. You just simply uh, so this is pressed, This will make it work, and then make it transmit to 444. And then 444 will check the door to make sure that it's correct. And that's not like someone just pressing it for no reason. Set this to 1 temporarily. Blank spot. And then, so I need AND gate, which, let me grab that. Alright, so, these still will be 0.1, 0.2, this? Oh, right, this is going to be the receiver, and then this will be like its own thing. There's a fifth part somewhere, though. Oh, I think I make it like this, and then wait. Alright, I had to look at my tutorial plot that I already have for just people without a video tutorial. So you do this. So you need the 1 and 2, obviously. Then you want the transmitter and receiver. And then the separate set of transmitters and receivers. So, like this. So it's just 3. So it doesn't need to be anything special. So add texture, 500. So this will actually receive, and then this will transmit. What will it transmit? 555. And then set this to 10, and then 2, so that it checks for AND. So if all of these are correct, then it transmits. So set all these to 4. One, one, one. 3, 3, 3. So check them. 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2. 3. Okay. This all looks good. Wait. Yep, this is all good. Huh. Weird. Alright, back on task. So then you want your door to be so let's just make it like a simple. What's the point of that? Oh yeah, that's fine. And then like this. So say this is like a security door, yeah. Securely doors. And so just make a simple door. Doesn't need to be anything special. Everything special is over here. 500. 1. Yeah, 0.5 sounds good. 4. There we are. 555. And then wire the door. Alright, and then test it out. Make sure that works. Oops. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. What? What's wrong with this? It's not wired. Entirely my fault for thinking it was. 0.1. 1. Try that again. There we go. So, 1, 1, 2, 3. Enter. And then that opens because this goes, oh hey, they're true. But if they're false, then it closes again. Alright, perfect. So that works. And now, we're almost done. We just need a simple button here that'll open the door. In which, I actually don't think it needs to be anything special either. It can just be, like... So the opening button doesn't need to be fancy or anything. It just needs to be a button, I guess. So when you press it, sends the signal to open the door. But you will need a separate open and close button, so make it 4 parts. What is it? It's a force gate. Oh man, on another force gate. I'm cutting that out. I am cutting that out. Alright, so set this to 3. Set this to 5. So that it always opens this door. 1, 2, 3, 5. Make this 5, 5, 5. Perfect. Alright, now, for a slightly fancier button, you'll need 2 force gates. But false this time around, because evil force gate. Also, I'm just now realizing I forgot to set this up right, so it's doing something I don't want it to. There we go. Alright, set this to 5. So that's good. This needs to be changed. 1, 1. Not sure. It doesn't need to be in perfect order. 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay, check colors. Make sure they're right. 5, 1, 3, 2. Alright, there you go. Now, make sure it's wired properly. Wire connection. So, this shouldn't do anything. This opens it, and then this closes it. So, 1, 2, 2, 1. I broke it. 1, 2, 3. What just happened? I don't know. Probably broke some on accident. Alright, back to what I was doing. 1, 2, 3. Opens. But, hey, couldn't someone just, like, after you close it, couldn't someone just go over here and press the enter button to open it up? Nope. That's what those are for. Alright. So yeah, that's it. That's how you make a fully functioning, good code door. Better than most other tutorials. Actually, better than all tutorials, considering all the other tutorials didn't have this type of keypad, I don't think. That'll be it for today's video. If you like it, like and subscribe, become ease.